You're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two. Keep your mouth shut and your eyes open.
Wendy Williams.
Yeah, this is Ghostface.
What up, what up? Holla at your boys, Jay-Z.
Hey, yo, this is Busta Rhymes.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Alrighty, everybody, it's the Wendy Williams Experience, and it is the Hour of Truth. I am being reminded from my girl Pam uptown that tonight, Eve, is a very special show. I remember watching it last week, and it's about HIV tests, and then the whole show goes to get HIV tests. I mean, they do it in a half-hour sitcom, yicky, yak kind of way, but Eve and the gang are doing their part to raise social awareness about something that we just take for granted. People just take good health for granted. You know, people are out a toe is a toe, slaying each other, no condom, don't care, you know, double dipping, who cares? A-Marie's CD drops today. It's called Touch. Bobby Valentino's CD drops today also. Latifah, how you doing? Latifah says, Wendy, you have a very pretty skin tone. I was wondering if you use a bronzer. If so, which one? Can you recommend one that looks good on African-American skin? Yeah, well, it depends on how dark you are. Now, if you're my complexion or lighter, I have one for you. I don't know whether it would work on darker, unless, you know what, maybe you use three. Here's what you do. It's not even an investment. I was at my dermatologist earlier today, and she was like, Wendy, I see you got on bronzer. I said, yeah, I always wear bronzer. I said, but now that spring is here, I like to use a bronzer that goes on like a lotion, not the powdered bronzer, because I love to wake up with the bronzy bronze. You know, and be able to snatch my hair without brushing my teeth and run to the CVS and get something and feel like, you know, or open the front door for the UPS man and feel like I have a glow as opposed to looking green. Shout out to the black people who somehow look yellowish green when we wake up in the morning. Do you know that glow? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay. Well, I use my lotion bronzer that I use used to be Banana Boat Deep Dark, only apparently they don't make that anymore, and I'm very disgusted. But guess what I use? CVS bronzer. It comes in the yellow tube with the brown top. I don't go for going to a department store and looking at L'Oreal and, you know, whatever the hell else is there for $15 or $25 and stuff. It's a crime what they charge for bronzers. So my pick hit for everybody is try CVS. For $3 a tube, it beats $15 and $14 for Neutrogena. You know, which you can also buy in the CVS or Duane Reade. And it also beats the $25 that you're going to spend over at Bloomingdale's. Try it. From the palest of white skin to you know, dark brown skin, try CVS bronzer, the deep dark. I use 2 coats. Am I glowing? Do you girls, Zoe, Regina, do you notice anything?
Yeah, I do.
Do you notice?
I thought it was just an internal glow.
No, it's a bronzer. And perhaps a little bit of
eternal glow.
Yeah, that's our Zoe. It's eternally optimistic she is. There she is. Oh, there she is. Hi, Miss Wendy. Okay, who watches the show L.A. Law? Does anybody watch that? All right, Zoe, you do. Oh, that's our Zoe. Do you know somebody on the show named Diane Wiest?
No.
Okay, well, she's on L.A. Law. Well, her daughter was apparently arrested on Friday afternoon, her 17-year-old daughter, along with 2 other girls. Shout out to Brooke Valentine. There was a girl fight. Uh-oh. Apparently, they beat up some boy who stole an iPod. Excuse me, they beat up some boy and stole his iPod.
No.
Well, child, where's Brooke Valentine when we need her? Hey, Brooke. Allegedly, okay, here's how it went down. Emily Wiest, 17, and 2 other teenage girls. I'm telling you something, when these teenage girls come around, another reason to clutch your bag. I don't care what color they are. All the teenagers, and shout out to the good ones, but I'm sketchy about all yous. You get a bad rap on the news, and I hate to cover you with a blanket statement, so I don't. But if it's me and then a bunch of yous and we're on the street, I'm clutching and walking and looking at you all like, and what? But inside, I'm like, oh, damn. Teenagers. I don't care if it's male, female, black, white, Asian. It doesn't even matter. Just the whole teen, you get a bad rap. And shout out to the good teenagers. And shout out to the ones I know you got ants in your pants. This is the week that the teens are getting their college acceptances. Shout out to the parents, too. Are they going to get into their first choice? Are they going to get into their safe school? Are they going to get into anything? Will they be going to community? This is that week. This is that week. remember getting my acceptance letters and cruising the rest of senior year. What? Chiefing every day. You know what I'm saying? Back then there was whippets, just whipping it and drinking. Cutting class. Going to Belmar Beach. Going to the Asbury Boardwalk. Anyway, look. Emily Wiest, the daughter of Diane Wiest from LA Law, who's 17, and 2 other teenage girls were arrested Friday afternoon for allegedly roughing up a male classmate from the Beekman School in Manhattan and stealing his digital music player, according to court papers. Asked for a comment, her actress mother said through the door of her Manhattan apartment, "I don't know what you're talking about," and declined to comment. A law enforcement source said Emily Wiest, Laura Zedin, and Leah Rakinski, 15, had gotten into an argument with a 16-year-old boy inside the East 50th Street school on Friday and plotted to finish the fight after school. See? Plotting. That's when the 3 jumped the teen. All 3 of them jumped him, whose name is being withheld because, he's going to get the how you doing teases. He got beat up by a bunch of girls. Even though it happens, you know what I'm saying? Because we girls are tough these days, but still, men still get painted with the how you doing stroke. You be in a marriage where you're being abused by your wife. All your buddies are going to be like, what?
Lionel Richie, shout out.
Lionel's about the only one who got away unscathed. No how you doing, no nothing. Just that's Lionel, man. Yeah. It's Lionel, man. Anyway, they jumped him. His name is being during a recess about a block away from the school. All 3 punched and kicked him about the body. Damn. The 3 beat the teen to the ground. In other words, beat him down. Where his iPod and sunglasses fell off like a real Professor Dorkney. His glasses. And were then scooped up by his 3 teenage girl attackers. The beating left the teen, who apparently did not fight back. How you doing?
No.
With substantial pain and bruises, as well as a cut near his eyes, the criminal complaint said. The victim apparently reported the attack to the cops, who arrested the girls at the school an hour later.
Why you sound like that? I mean, girls are tough these days.
You know why?
I got beat by a girl before, and that's no joke. I got beat up by a girl before.
Turn off the music. What?
I got beat up by a girl before. I got my ass whipped by a girl before when I was younger. And that is no joke. Girls can fight. Just because you're a girl don't mean you can't fight.
I beat up a boy there before.
Regina, you beat up a boy?
You probably gonna beat me up.
Regina's a substitute teacher in East Orange. It's good you have those skills. You're nice with your mitts. Yeah, that's the public schools, right?
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying that in a bad way. My brother is a public school teacher and my sister-in-law in Newark.
Yeah.
You gots to, kids these days, you saw that 5-year-old on the news. You got to be prepared. How you doing, Art?
How you doing?
All right. Pat O'Brien is out of rehab. Who cares? Oh, I never told you Shar Jackson's record label, because I told you she was signed. The record label is called Long Live Crime Records. And they're going to release the single. I never told you what the single's called. You Make Me Feel Good. Yeah. That's what Shar sang. She's got her record coming out. And by the way, she's also got a reality show. She's got a bunch of cameras following her, too. That's right. You capitalize on that man cheating on you and that dumb broad coming along, and capitalize, Shar. I talk about you, but I am pumping my fist for your entire situation. I am. She's shooting a reality show about her life. And here's what she says. It's just following the life of a single mom in Hollywood, just raising her kids and doing her thing. And how are the young ones? Well, here's what she says. They're awesome. Don't talk about them. I'm going to cry. And Shar also has a new cosmetic line coming out.
Ooh.
The lip gloss first for obvious reasons. And guess what it's going to be called?
Uh-oh, wait.
He cheated.
No,
I love it. Shar, I am feeling you and all you do.
he cheated.
Because you got 4 kids to hold down. 2 from Federline and 2 from where back there. Really, you haven't had a steady job since Moesha, and I'll be damned if you are more steady on your job now than ever in your life. I never paid attention to you on Moesha, not much.
Job is making babies.
That's what I'm saying. Well, you know what? And there's some women cut out for this. Shar, Kim Porter, they know how to turn that into something that other women should not look to as something terrible, but to figure out how to turn it into a hustle. Every day is a hustle. Trying to fight and struggle. Ho, whoa, 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 whoa. MOP, yeah. Oh. Fire! Oh. June 28th. Wendy brings the heat. MOP, Brownsville represent fire! Every day's a hustle. Wendy, did you hear about Jackie O and Foxy Brown fighting in Miami? I think it went down yesterday. Yes, John, in New Jersey. Not only did we hear about it, we actually got a phone call from people who were in the studio who dropped it to us. Apparently, you weren't in class yesterday, but that's okay. I appreciate whatever time you all can give to this show. I know it's something else. What else did I have for you? Oh, you know what? I told people later on in the day yesterday, but I feel as though it's important enough to repeat it again to everybody listening here during the Hour of Truth, and that is Lindsay Lohan is friends with the guy, Mahid Brooks, who's been cast on Desperate Housewives as, what's the woman's name? Alfre Woodard's son. Mahid, everybody, is friends with Lindsay. This is what she says. Oh, my God. I was so happy when Mahid called and told me the good news. I'm quoting. It's an awesome show. So many freaking people are going to see him every week. I am so stoked for Mahid because he's got such a talent. He just needed a big break. My girlfriend, Tamika... Lindsay knows black, apparently. My girlfriend, Tamika, was at USC when Mahid was going there, and she introduced us. That was like 3 years ago. So, you know, Mahid apparently is part of the Lohan pack, so maybe we can find him, you know, dancing and... Or at the very least, a part of the Young Black Hollywood. You know what I mean? I love the Young Black Hollywood girls. I love the Young Hollywood period. I like to find out what all they're doing with all that money. Yeah. Shout out to Jane Pratt over at Jane Magazine. Jane, I'm so sorry to hear about what happened. I followed your career. Jane, I remember you were the original Ricky Lake. Does anybody remember that? Ricky Lake's show was put together like the Cover Girls or En Vogue, honey. They invented the show, then they just needed to plug somebody in to do it. And so in the early stages, the show that was invented, oh, damn, Art's raising his stinky... extra long fingers.
Better for the finger.
Pop, pop, pop. Keep it here. I'll pick up where we left off. Thanks.
Wendy, man.
My brother, he's 28 years old, has 4 children by 4 different women. But this heifer called my mother yesterday. She's like, he got my sister pregnant. I want the money back for the abortion. The heifer showed up at my house with a receipt. I fell out.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
BLS 107.5, everybody, featuring the Wendy Williams Experience every day from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Thanks. Right after me is the legendary Vaughn Harper and the Quiet Storm. In the meantime, don't forget, because it's 26 minutes after 4 o'clock, but you know what happens next hour, about 20 minutes after the hour. Exactly. Your share of the $100,000 that we're giving away. Your chance to win $1,000 in cash. Harlem, guess what? On Friday at noon, Bob Lee is going to be at the grand opening of the Department of Housing Preservation and Development. It's new assistance center. That's at 2073 7th Avenue between 123rd and 124th Street. So stop by and shop for all your housing needs. I'll give you that address again because I know when you hear the word shop, your ears finally perked up. So that's at 12 noon on Friday, Bob Lee, for the grand opening of the Department of Housing, Preservation, and Development's new Assistance Center. If you need assistance, this is the place for you. 2073 7th Avenue between 123rd and 124th Street. And Bob is going to be there with the WBLS Street Team, 12 noon on Friday. Get your shop on for all your household needs, okay? If you'd like more information, I have the telephone number. I'll give you a chance to grab a pen and paper, though. In the meantime, caller number 10 on the phones right now is going to pick up passes to see Denzel Washington on Broadway as Julius Caesar at the Belasco Theater, which is at 111 44th Street here in the city. And caller number 10 is going to win those passes. So dial carefully. Good luck, Virginia. You got this? Okay, great. There you go. And here's the telephone number for the Department of Housing and Preservation situation on Friday at 12 noon. It's 212-863-8830. 212-863-8830. Don't forget, tomorrow is the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience at the Laugh Factory. Doors open up at 8 o'clock. Showtime is at 9 o'clock. I'll see you there tomorrow night. Bring your hunger. We got food. Bring your thirst. The drinks are great. And the comedians, make sure you bring your funny bone. Because Capone hosts the show, and it's just terrific. We got a bunch of comedians. I'm there, and we just have a great time, okay? And the Laugh Factory is on 42nd Street at 8th Avenue in Times Square. And it's going to be a great time for everybody. Do you know what I mean? Every day's a hustle. Yeah. Oh, the door's locked?
I got a key here.
Yeah, go in there and grab a winner for the contest. Julius Caesar and Denzel. There was a lot of hoopla when it first opened. Now there's just a lot of Denzel spottings around town, and the talk is anything but Julius Caesar. I was reading something in the newspaper about Denzel at a party, and he was trying to prevent his Benz from getting towed in the street. I was reading that in the newspaper earlier today, something like that. But I don't even know the tickets are still available. Maybe they are. I mean, if you didn't win this time, why don't you call the Belasco Theater and see if there's tickets available? I still say that this is a great Mother's Day gift. You know, Mother's Day, I know WBLS, we have our cruise on the Hudson. I don't know how you like to spend Mother's Day. I prefer to spend mine in the house with a fabulous little peignoir set on and a full face of makeup and my hair, intact. And both my guys out making busy, leave me alone. It's Mother's Day. It's my day. And I don't want to go out for brunch or anything like that. What I prefer is when you reappear at the house somewhere around 7:30 or 8 o'clock before Desperate Housewives, that you bring food in from a restaurant. You know what I mean? You all go out and eat someplace, order mommy something, have them put it in one of those styrofoam plates, heat it up in the microwave, bring it to me in the bed, because that's where I'll be all day. Not in the bed under the covers, but on the bed like a grande dame, luxuriating. There's a difference between being in the bed, all sick and, no makeup and stuff, and on the bed. When you're on the bed, you have your filmy peignoir on and you have it fanned out, all along the bed. And all of your magazines, Vogue and Us Weekly and In Touch and everything. You have the remote in your hand, a nice martini next to you, and the rest chilling in a pitcher, right next to that. And, you've opened the curtains in your window so you're not in the bed like the sick and shut in. There's actually, the breeze is blowing through the room and the sun, and you're just kind of left alone. A smattering of Happy Mother's Day calls, and I mean a smattering, from my mother and my sister. That's it. And my friend Lisa, maybe if she feels like it. If not, I don't get offended. That's what I like for Mother's Day. But if you have a mom that wants to leave the house, and ask her before you make plans. Because if you just sprung some Mother's Day tickets for me to go see Denzel at the Belasco, I feel like, all right, well, thanks for the thought. Are these tickets for today's show? Damn, they're for today, Mother's Day? You mean I gotta figure out what to wear and get up and get dressed, fight Lincoln Tunnel traffic? Oh, crap. I wouldn't show the old crap on my face, but inside I'd be like, oh, crap. I'm leaving the house. You know. So check with your mom and, you know, see what she really wants to do for Mother's Day. And, you know, for you people, for the husbands, the wife, check with her. Do a mood check before you go out and do whatever it is for Mother's Day. Because, like, for instance, a day spa treatment on Mother's Day? No. I don't want to. Even if I'm going over to Elizabeth Arden Red Door, my favorite place to go. I don't want to do that on no. Oh, I see. This gift card is for whenever I want to use it. Okay, well, thank you. You know, like that. My mom is totally opposite of me. She loves all the pomp and circumstance. She wants to get dressed, put on a special hat. If you gave her a corsage, she'd wear that. She wants to have the brunch. You know, she wants to be fanfared all day, right into dinner time and the whole... Just a lot of work. A lot of work. Oh, boy. All right. So, look, let's continue on. And we'll continue on. It's 107.5 WBLS. Oh, wow. It's the Wendy Williams Experience, everybody. And I would like to shout out to all my good friends over at JCPenney. JCPenney, big sponsors on the show. Let me just take 60 seconds to talk to you about JCPenney. This is called the Inside Scoop, everybody, where we talk fashion and all that's inside JCPenney. Well, you know that you can match your bathroom from floor to ceiling and up with JCPenney. They got all the great colors. You realize that at JCPenney, you can get this season's hottest shoes at affordable prices. You realize that there is something for Mother's Day for everybody at JCPenney, from jewelry with the bangles and the beads and the baubles to the earrings, the shinier the better for the season. You can get your white for night and for day, your ruffles, your flower bracelets, your wispy bags, your boy caps, your military look. Get it at JCPenney. Why not? Why pay a fortune? It's only fashion. And at the end of the day, how germane is the price tag of something to the bigger scheme? People are trying to, you know, save for their summer vacation, trying to save to send their kids to summer camp. Shout out to the parents who've gotten those acceptance letters this week. Yes, this is the week the kids are going away to college. You got to pay for that tuition. Better recognize JCPenney has a good deal when you see it. Purple is big for the spring. All kind of bras to help support your big boulder holders. Oh. Your big boulders in some decent holders. You know what I mean? Defy gravity. These little tank tops, they got these flimsy little straps. You better get up on JCPenney and their bra selections. They've got it going on. I'm telling you, JCPenney, it's the spot. Polka dots are big for the season. You might want to think about dotting up with polka dots. And have you checked out Nicole Miller's new line called Nicole at JCPenney? Yeah, the smart high-end designer is realizing that the common man is the majority, and majority rules. You know, we can't all afford $35,000 gowns, but we can afford Nicole Miller prices at JCPenney. The clothing is like, it's very reasonable. As a matter of fact, stop in at JCPenney and look at the Nicole by Nicole Miller. And just in time for Mother's Day, guess what they have? Celine Dion's new perfume called Belong. It's her third scent. It was released this month. It's a mixture of red pepper, berry, and pineapples along with peony. Sounds exotic to me. Sounds like it's worth a zhuzh buy to test in the JCPenney over there at the cosmetic counter. JCPenney, that's the Inside Scoop. It's all inside JCPenney. The Inside Scoop is brought to you by JCPenney stores, catalog, and jcpenney.com. It's all inside JCPenney. Thank you, JCPenney, very much for sponsoring the Wendy Williams Experience. Let's move along, shall we? All right, so look, there's a date set for the primetime featuring American Idol. Now, while I don't watch the show, I am interested in the scandality, as you can well imagine. This is right up my alley, a show like this. Primetime Live is going to lift the skirt on American Idol. I hope they're wearing panties, because it could be very embarrassing up under there. It's a 1-hour report scheduled for 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on May 4th. And the details are a little sketchy as to what they're going to be unveiling. But as you know, it's been leaking that part of this investigative report is the relationship between the contestants and the and the judges, which to me, that points to Paula, because I've never heard of Randy being involved with any contestants, and I've never heard of Simon being involved with any contestants. I mean, maybe talking them down, maybe talking down to them. But, it's Paula, who I've seen on 3 different red carpets with American Idol contestants. One of those red carpets you actually saw. She was with Justin Guarini. And then Loopy Paula and her loopy behavior. Goodness only knows what's going on in that loopy head of hers. Prime time on May 4th. I'm so there. Now, we talked about Kobe and Vanessa renewing their vows. Do we need to go over this again? The $50,000 party, yada, yada, yada. Okay, look, let's move on. Speaking of this music, I mentioned at the top of the show, and a brief zhuzh down of the story is that there's one of my peers in radio was beaten down by a 20-member entourage 3 months ago. Game was at the leader of the entourage. He was up at the radio station in D.C. to do an interview. Well, he traveled deep. Now he is planning on, I guess, quitting his job in radio or buying the radio station because he's launched a $280 million civil lawsuit. And I don't know who's advising him, but he got the right one, baby. Because to me, he's good for $20 million. The boy was in the hospital. And as long as he's got all his medical records down, I'm not familiar with who the jock is. I call him my peer of the game because that's exactly what he is. He cracks the mic like I do. Well, it was back in January. The jock's name is Kwasi Jones. I would imagine that's not his air name.
No.
What's his air name? Zulu. He was the one in D.C. I mean, in Philly at the point when I was there.
Big Lip Bandit.
The Big Lip Bandit. Okay. Well, we're going to call him Zulu then. Lawyers for Zulu have also filed the civil action suit against Game and the label Aftermath and Eminem, seeking $280 million in damages for the assault with intention to inflict bodily harm. Well, yeah, it all popped off on January 21st. Zulu says that Game's manager thought that Zulu was making fun of Game's high-tech earpiece by making a Star Trek Vulcan sign. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What the hell? And not what the hell for you, Zulu. I'm talking about what the hell, for what? Come on now. Zulu says the Game and his boys suddenly ran up on him right there in the studio and commenced to throw in bows. This report is out of Maryland, so, that's what the speak is there. Commenced to throw in bows. Zulu says he escaped into the office, but when he went back to get a cell phone, the beatdown resumed. Ooh. So they beat him down, he escaped. He didn't have a cell phone, he went back to get his cell phone, and they continued to beat him down.
Went back for more.
Yeah. Next thing you know, I'm being choked from behind very, very hard to the point where I'm blacking out. Oh, you're laughing? A bitch who got beat down by a girl and you're laughing? Fall back, Miss Honey. Because if it wasn't for this little button that I have right here under my knee, we could be in the same situation. This little button that I have under my knee and this little sweetness that I keep hidden behind my bag every day. And that's right.
I know that's right.
Because these people of BLS have taken the lock off the door.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't lock nothing out. Something popped off in here. Who do you think is going to run out and do something? Nobody.
That's right.
So that's why I've had to take things into my own hands.
Right. It's the queen, y'all.
What do I do when I have guests in here? I remove all breakables. Only glass bottle sits right next to me. Think about it, right? We talk about this.
Yeah.
And what else do I have going on? Don't talk, but you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And the push of the button is only a knee-jerk reaction. I don't need to finagle and figure out, I don't want to kick the area, but one of those right there?
Oh, shucks.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Keep them girls away from me.
Because of stuff like this, we need a lock on the damn door to keep posse members. That's why we take one person in the room, and that's it. Every once in a while, like when nice girls like Mimi come in here, we like her girl, Aunt Mary Ann, who travels with her. Next thing you know, I'm being choked from every which way. But just to be choked like that, is very intentional. I think it was to kill me. Why wouldn't you think that, Zulu? I wish you well. I wish you well in your lawsuit. It's a shame. You all keep it where you got it. The woman with the button. And a little surprise behind my bag.
It's Wendy, man.
I have a girl, right, for 10 years. Like half of it, I've been in jail like 5 years. I come home recently, right, and I come to find out now she's dealing with women. I don't have no problem with that, you know what I mean?
As long as you can be in on it.
Yeah.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Crash test conducted by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
You're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two. Keep your mouth shut and your eyes open.
Wendy Williams.
Yeah, this is Ghostface.
What up? Holla at your boys, Jay-Z.
Hey, yo, this is Busta Rhymes.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
You all, it's 107.5 WBLS. Mariah, great job, Mimi. You know what? This song sounded so good when I played it yesterday, and it's such a beautiful day in New York City today that I just bear with me. Hit it, Art.
This is exclusively on Wendy.
Wendy got the heat.
All right, so you have 17 hours and 50 minutes. By the way, it's the Wendy Williams Experience, everybody. Hi. You have 17 hours and 50 minutes to go on eBay to purchase the source. They say the bidding's up to $15,099, which is exactly $1 less than it was yesterday. Wasn't it $16,000 even? No. Do you smell a hoax? Of course, nobody's selling no damn source on the eBay, but it's cute to follow the joke. And speaking of joke, have you ever thought that Foxy Brown, who loves to do things to manipulate the media, but you know she's an angry young woman anyway, and Jackie O, who outside of my what, stage this so that we talk about it so that they can come out with their collabo? I mean, it's weak, but you know what? If it works for the rap boys, why wouldn't it work for the rap girls? Who saw Farrah Fawcett on Letterman? Well, Rocco says that she looked 10 times worse than Brittany Murphy, laughing at things that weren't funny, scratching herself, her hair, looking over her shoulder, and the whole nine. Well, I thought we established that Farrah Fawcett most likely is an offender. Okay, so let's move on. Dear Wendy, this is in response to the last letter that you read about the young lady in the gang-related rapper from Advice Hour. I too have been in the company of a very infamous music producer who has gang ties. You need to be able to determine whether or not this is for you. I feel like you need to base your decision on character, not gang ties. My moderate encounters with the music producer were a wonderful experience despite his known past behaviors for being a no-nonsense, hang-you-out-the-window type of gang member. He often kept me very secluded from all the gang drama once I told him how I felt. Even though at present I'm not with him, he still continues to take care of me and lavish me with gifts befitting of a queen. So just because you saw that type of behavior doesn't mean that he will act on it. Signed, Miss Lady. Yeah, but Miss Lady, her thing is that she is emotionally distraught by gang behavior because her brother was killed at the hand of gang members. So she couldn't go into it with your attitude, I'm assuming. But thank you. This just in, right off the wire, word in Hollywood is that former basketball great John Sally could permanently take over the morning show at The Beat in Los Angeles. That's a radio station, by the way, you guys, that I'm on. When Steve Harvey exits. Harvey's ratings are down and his contract with the station is up. Sources say that at the radio station, people are counting down the days until Harvey leaves the building. There were also rumbles that Radio 1, headed by Kathy Hughes, hi Queen, was spotted in the building of WBLS New York City, and that she's trying to convince syndicated radio personality Wendy Williams to move to Los Angeles, take over the morning show. Wendy would actually be able to do mornings in LA and still do an afternoon personality thing on the East Coast because of the time difference. In the same breaking news, there was a party in L.A. and the notorious Superhead showed up with a camera crew that was trailing her for a reality show being developed for her. A certain Hollywood funny man that was recently linked to her on page 6 looked mighty nervous when he realized that she was there with cameras. I overheard the comic say, "I got to get out of here," on his way to the front door. A fashion figure turned actor gave Superhead a shady "what's up" as he bolted past her. She responded by saying, "That's so not cute. You're acting like a faggot." Ooh. Well, you are a faggot.
Wow.
Excuse me, I was just doing her quote. Who is watching this reality show? About a woman who's the mother of a 6-year-old by a rapper who beat the crap out of her, whose claim to fame is that she gives good professionals. And Art's pressing crickets. Now, I figured it'd be you and your toe is a toe kind up in the audience.
Everybody else, though. I am, but y'all probably won't.
I think I will, Miss Wendy.
Regina would watch.
One time.
Virgin Zoe, would you watch one time?
Well, I'm reading.
Oh, look, she's over there with the Jenna Jameson book, How to Make Love Like a Porn Star. I hear that. Hi, Miss Hughes. Shout out to everybody at the Beat in L.A. Wendy, Diane Wiest was the woman who played the mother to Callista Flockhart in Birdcage. Well, thanks, Dave, for faxing that in. And this is about AJ. Yes, Wendy, the guy got married in Barbados and his wife is a doctor. Well, normally I would say, oh, well then, maybe that's a reason to marry, because if things don't work out with the UPN and so on and so forth, then, he can be taken care of. But there was somebody in this room at one point dating a doctor, and I'm not... Huh?
Still am.
Yeah, but that's the girlfriend you're talking about? Oh, we got you to talk. Cat daddy. Art is still dating his doctor after a year. Are you going to make a move? I mean, get married and all like that?
Time will tell. But what's up with AJ, though?
He married a doctor. I'm asking you if you'll do the same.
Right. If the Lord wants it in our future.
Oh. Well, damn, even Zoe's ready to break you off after that. She's a virgin. So back to Jane Pratt. So she's got the Jane magazine, but she was the original Ricky Lake. And then she just didn't hold it down quite right. So then they got rid of her and they gave Ricky Lake the job, and it became the Ricky Lake show. But that show was actually already made, and then they just needed, somebody to plug in and be the host. Well, Jane went on. She has Jane magazine, and she recently had a miscarriage, twins. They were due during the summer, so it's apparently a latent pregnancy miscarriage. And it says in the newspaper that her friends are worried and concerned for her and all like that. Did you hear about what's going on in Iowa? Apparently, the city officials in Carroll, Iowa, are a little perplexed by the discovery of some mysterious chunks of flesh that have been clogging the city water lines. A month ago, the city officials sent chunks of meat fatty tissue to the Iowa Department of Natural Resource for some identification. They're waiting for the results, and as they're waiting for these results, 3 similar chunks of fleshy material were just found last Thursday.
Oh, just 3.
Just 3. I mean, they're not sure of what they are, but I cannot wait. The speculation is that they belong to an animal that might have crawled into the water, the main water reservoir somewhere. Don't drink the water. It's spoiled. Shout out to my Little Rascals fans. Artie, have you ever interviewed on UPN?
Yes. In your absence about Usher.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you've got mail.
Oh. Okay.
Do tell?
You can tell.
What's up, Art? Apparently imprinting my emails for me that come through...
I don't read them. I just give them to you.
ArthurJEvans@AOL.com. Mm-hmm. So you give me everything, and I got this. It says, "What's up, Art? From one brother to another, I think you're real cool."
Oh, that's what's up. Thank you. Cool too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
I love the Wendy Williams experience, and I'm addicted. I love Wendy, but I definitely am big on you.
Oh, that's up, man. What's up?
It's something about your voice that really gets to me.
Wait a minute. Excuse me?
All I could say is, wow. 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 Although you are into ladies,
no doubt,
it shouldn't come as a surprise that a brother is attracted to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what's up?
It is what it is. I saw you a few months ago on UPN doing an interview. Not only are you attractive, but you're a very intelligent brother.
I got the wrong guy.
I'm not going to come at you with no freaky ish. I just wanted to let you know that you don't have to be a big superstar to be admired. It's all about you, Art.
All right, what's up?
Peace. It's signed AJ.
Okay, I'm supposed to think Callaway?
You're not big enough, not yet.
Okay.
Just playing, AJ. So they're apparently launching this 4-week campaign around Joss Stone. It kicks off this Thursday when Gap.com is going to begin offering Joss Stone's music as a free Windows Media format download in exchange for your email address. The store receipt and ads will alert shoppers to the online promotion, yada, 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 Joss Stone. And simultaneously, singular subscribers will be offered ringtone of Joss Stone's recording. Does she have anything cool worth ringing and toning?
No, and I haven't.
I mean, does she say anything cool like yin yang, like or anything? Anyway, but it's nice to see, you know, she's doing her thing. Did I tell you about the Beckhams yet? Do people know who I'm talking about when I say the Beckhams, or do I need to say their full names? Victoria Posh Spice Beckham and David Beckham. Well, give me the typewriter. Soccer star David Beckham and his wife Victoria are considering taking legal action over a newspaper story about their marriage, a spokesperson said for the couple. The Beckhams failed late Saturday. I guess this means filed. It's spelled correctly. I think they're spelled the same way, just pronounced differently.
Probably.
Okay, yeah, they are. Stupid Wendy. The Beckhams filed late Saturday for a court order to bar the News of the World from publishing allegations. Damn, that sounds bogus. Allegations by the couple's former nanny, Abby Gibson. Their lawyers had argued that Gibson's contract included a promise not to speak about the couple's private lives, but the News of the World said the judge ruled in its favor on grounds that the story was of public interest. After the newspaper appeared Sunday morning, the Beckhams were consulting their lawyer to view taking legal actions. Gibson told the News of the World that she witnessed a series of rows between David Beckham and his wife. Big deal. Gibson, the nanny, worked for the couple since August of 2003 until she quit earlier this month. She claims that Victoria and her husband wanted to split up. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Who, whatever. I mean, you know, tell us something different. Who doesn't fight to the point where if you're a fly on the wall, you think, oh, shoot, this is heading for divorce now? I mean, you know what I mean? Please. Oh, you know, Jennifer Garner is, I guess, you know, poking a little fun at the Hollywood chicks who like all the publicity and stuff. She says, Jennifer Garner, now you know she's supposedly engaged to Ben Affleck. We don't care anymore, right? Well, I'll just say this quick and then we'll move on. She says the one thing that will kill this relationship is overexposure. I don't want to be photographed going into restaurants, and I don't want to be Demi and Ashton. I don't want that life. So the newspaper goes on to say, then why did Ben Affleck... Wait. Then why pick Ben Affleck? Oh, I see. Yeah, but Ben Affleck came off of a relationship where his woman dictated that life. Clearly, Ben Affleck is nothing but a big old country boy. You know, that's probably one of the first things he warned her about. Is it worth talking about Universal Records being hit with a $100 million lawsuit by two promoters who claim that the label defrauded artists, including Nelly, out of money by forcing them to submit phony invoices? Oh, okay. I mean, that's promoters, National Music Marketing and Majestic Promotions claim that top name artists like Nelly unintentionally paid for other artists' promotions. I don't know what this means. All I know is that representatives for Fat Joe are denying that he was in the Bronx during that box cutter melee. Somehow I knew that wasn't it. It's real easy to just think the whole Bronx is in the terror squad. And everybody is related somehow to Fat Joe and the terror squad. In the meantime, Fat Joe was able to prove that he was performing at George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia when it all went down. Somebody got cracked in the head with a glass bottle. A few people got box cuttered. It was a fight that started in the club and splashed out on the sidewalk. So good. Joe is clear. Oh, the phone lines are open. Call me up.
It's Wendy, man.
I got slayed so well. Made me do things I don't even do to my husband.
Oh, my God. The Wendy Williams Experience.
Another WBLS $1,000 winner.
Hello, WBLS.
Hi, Wendy. How are you?
Hi, and you're even better because you're caller number 10.
That's right. That's what's up.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You got $1,000.
Thank you.
What you going to do next?
I don't know. Shop, I guess. I don't know. Pay some bills, maybe.
What's your name?
Ashley.
Where are you calling from?
I'm working.
Good. I'm glad we can make your day a little brighter.
Thank you.
Everybody else who wants to be aware, like Asha, working in Manhattan, make sure that you're listening tomorrow morning at 7:20. Listen for your cue to call in and win with the WBLS Morning Show. And that's how we do. We've got $100,000 to give away, and we want to give you your share. Asha, let us know the radio station hooking you up.
107.5 WBLS.
Get slow.
Oh, yes, it's the Wendy Williams Experience, about to wind down the day. So, apparently tonight on Rolanda Watt's Lie Detector Show on PAX TV, Desiree Bradford, the phone sex operator who was charged, or who has charged Colin Farrell with stalking her, it takes a lie detector test. So I am so there. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on PAX. It's the lie detector starring my girl, Ro Watts. And shout out to Reggae Red, the TV Nista. Thank you so much for reminding me of that. Uh-oh. What is this fax I'm reading? I'm zhuzhing it over with my eyes. I will not go into it. Tony Yayo on 134th Street. Oh, excuse me, 134th Boulevard. Oh, that would be in Queens.
Don't get your hair cut.
Shout out to Domination. Wow. Okay. Moving right along. Anywho, I didn't catch the complete Diane Wiest story giving a beat down to a schoolmate. I'm not certain if I heard you correctly in mentioning her daughter. But Wendy, did you know that her daughter is adopted and African American? So, see, that changes the whole complexion of the story, if you will. And this person, Stanley Reed, goes on to say, just goes to prove, Wendy, you can take the girl out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the girl. See what Spielberg's got to deal with? And Nicole Kidman? They go and they adopt and they think, oh, we are the world. And them kids look so cute when they're, 5 days old. Bundle of joy. At 3 years old, pinching cheeks. At 8 years old, a couple of taps on the hand, doing the wrong thing. By 15, you in the hood now, baby. See, white Rachel Wiest adopted this African-American daughter. I'm not saying because she's black is why her and 3 of her girlfriends jumped this little white boy and stole his iPod and got arrested by the cops. But I'm just saying, it's not a good look. Diane Wiest, you need to get hold of your home situation.
She adopted her for protection.
She's well. Then she did the right thing, baby. Diane Wiest. Here's more information given to me by Stanley Reed. Diane Wiest is an Academy Award nominated actress and appeared in the movie Lost Boys, Birdcage, and Edward Scissorhands, among others. Kelly Osbourne has made the people at PETA upset because she dyed her English bulldog Piglet hot pink. And the spokesperson for PETA says dogs are not fashion accessories. Oh, they're not? Oh, well, tell that to half of Hollywood. Good news for those of us who like Will and Grace. I love it, but I don't love it as much as I used to. Like, it's not must-see TV. If I catch it, I catch it. And so, you know, the 8th season, they were wobbly as to whether or not they were going to do an 8th season, the producers were. And so they did the 8th season, but apparently they cut all 4 of the stars. Well, they said originally they were going to cut their money. However, after a lengthy renewal negotiation, NBC and the producers and the cast of Will and Grace have finally clinched a deal for the 8th season. You know, that comedy won an Emmy. And they say, contrary to the speculation about the actors facing a pay cut, sources say that the key players, you know, Megan, Sean, Deborah, and Eric, have all secured significant salary bumps in a 1-year deal that was hammered out on Friday. They say each of the actors are going to go away with between $13 and $15 million for the 05-06 season, which is about $600,000 an episode, compared to the $400,000 an episode fee that they were making last season. So, good for them. Good for them. And Elton John is marrying David. Well, you know, they've been together for a long time. It was about time. You know, you keep messing around like that. Next thing you know, somebody's going to pop up pregnant. So it's just best that they did it this way. They've been together for ages. They're going to marry in 2006. And here's what the publicists for the couple are saying. Elton said that it might be by Christmas. It may be sometime next year. He also added that Elton's main motivation for going ahead with the ceremony was financial. Civil partnership between gay couples will be allowed in Britain from December 5th and give partners tax breaks available to married couples. Elton is 58 and his boyfriend is 42, and they've been together for 11 years. There will be no honeymoon. Elton says, I'm touring. Mm-hmm. Well, it's better than whoring. He's marrying his significant other.
Who's the lady in that relationship?
You know, it's hard to say. I think they're both two big old girls, you know, playing dress up. Oh. It's hard to say because I've seen David and he's very effeminate. And then Elton, you know, is effeminate. Elton has sold tens of millions of records worldwide, best known for Candle in the Wind and Rocket Man. And he's just signed an agreement to perform 75 shows over the next 3 years in Vegas. He's also going to be touring the United States, Europe, and in Canada. Well, that is very nice. Happily ever after. Who wants a Western grip? I got my list out. Who wants a Western grip? That's when you're pleasuring yourself. And you turn your hand around so your thumb is facing towards you. It's the same grip that rodeo folks use, hence the Western grip. Well, let me see. How do you do that? How do you do it, Jason?
You put it towards you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you pleasure towards you so that everything splashes on you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that ain't new.
Yeah, that's nothing new. Why do they have to give a name for that? Who wants a blumpkin? You need to find a real tramp to do this correctly. Right. The directions say. It involves having her pleasure you while you're on the toilet. So we were calling that the wrong thing, but that's a blumpkin. Oh. Yeah, you really do have to have a tramp or a woman who really loves you regardless. A blumpkin. Now, we reviewed the donkey punch, right?
One more before we go. One more.
That's when she's on all fours, and right before you splash, you pull out and, you know, violate the third input, and then punch her in the back of the head. Donkey punch. Hey, young Zoe, it makes you not ever want to have sex, right? It makes you treasure your virginity. Because the second a man gives you a donkey punch, you call Miss Wendy. And on that note, we're good to go. I love you all for listening today. Come back tomorrow if you dare. Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace party people. See you later. I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Program complete.
Who wants a chili dog? Who wants a fish eye? Who wants a fish eye? Who wants a New York style taco? Well, on the bonus hour, I'm serving up all three and more. The phone lines are open and the bonus hour starts next. 866-GET-WENDY. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. Heard now exclusively, now because it's the bonus hour on 107.5 WBLS.